Chris Burnett, Green Dragon, Tai Chi. So we had a great time at our 5th annual January workshop. And I just want to recap some of the things, principles that we talked about. So as I mentioned before, a lot of times when you go to workshops, a lot of techniques can be shown, but you don't always remember all of them. So instead of showing a lot of techniques, I wanted to show some concepts that could give people a chance to take those concepts back into techniques they already know, or if they were just learning them for the first time, to help them to be able to adapt and not just rely on certain steps of 1, 2, 3, 4, but more of the principles or concepts. One of the concepts that we talked about was managing the distance to control the fight. So managing the distance, whether you were on the feet or on the ground. So when we're in a altercation or sparring match, we always want to make ourselves comfortable. We always want to be at a good range of either being too far away or being in our optimal range, whatever range we like to fight at. When we're on the ground in this workshop, we were not trying to teach ground fighting rather than how do you get up safely from the ground. So that's been one of the pet peeves of mine for a long time. Another principle was keeping the head moving, or not in a random pattern, but just not letting your head be a target. Don't be a sitting duck. A lot of times when we learn martial arts in different styles, we learn how to block and parry and even manage the distance with the feet. But if we're blocking without moving the head, then the head can become a target to our opponent. They kind of zero in and know exactly where our head is. So using slips, particularly slips that are more so seen in Western boxing, can also be used in Kung Fu and different other styles. When you incorporate head movement into your styles, you also open up a wide array of counters and things that can be done. One of the things my Bak Mei teacher taught me, Sifu Tarzan Young, was the coiling of the wrist. So coiling of the wrist can be done to counter strike, or it can be used to create entries. Another concept that we talked about at the workshop was finding the dead angle. The dead angle can be found whether you're on the feet or on the ground. And it's an angle that would give you effortless takedowns, effortless throws, or allow you not to be taken down. There were 9 principles that we talked about in the workshop, and I'm not going to give you all in this video, but one that deserves an honorable mention is breaking the structure. So we want to break the opponent or our partner's structure in order to create effortless takedowns as well. So when you combine those along with the dead angle, you can start to see these things and create your own sweeps, your own takedowns, things like that.
Over, like I got this, he doesn't have a post here. I can kind of just tap and kick that way, but that's just because I know he had a dead angle there and his posture was broken. So just for me knowing the principle, that's not something I practiced, it's just me knowing.
Now, because we may find ourselves sparring or training with people who are used to having good structure, people like Tai Chi, Jiu-Jitsu, any of the martial arts should have some degree of good structure. If you try to do a technique on them without breaking their posture or without breaking their structure, it can be very difficult. So my challenge to the workshop attendees was to take these principles, look at the techniques that they're already doing, and see if any of the principles already apply to things that they have learned or things that they are practicing now. And if not, maybe they can take some of the principles and put it into those techniques and see if those techniques will work out a little bit better. And just like all of our January workshops, at the end we always have a section or a segment where we do live non-compliant sparring, and we try to work on the principles that we did that day, as well as using any other techniques that we may know.
Good. Yes. Excellent. Good stuff.
Yeah, there is.
Uh-oh. Nice.
You mentioned it earlier.
That's what I did.
Good move.
That move deserves a replay. So if you follow me on Patreon, you'll see me break down and show instructionals on moves like this, as well as many others. Thanks for joining me here at Green Dragon Tai Chi. We'll look forward to seeing you in the next video.